The Spud Goodman Show.
Welcome to the Spud Goodman Show. Before we get started, I should probably be upfront about this. Tonight's show is pretty darn good. Not that other episodes are a waste of time, but this one's a keeper. Spud risks personal injury and drops in on the Cleveland Indians to chat with pitching great Orel Hershiser. He also meets up with political comedian Will Durst. Music? We got music. Like from the state of Arizona, a real wacky bunch of guys, Mr. Mirainga. But right now, what do you say? Let's play ball!
Speaking of Orel Hershiser, Cleveland Indians now, you came real close this year to handling one of these microphones for this network instead of throwing cut fastballs. What the heck happened?
Well, you know, we went in there and we got an interview. We were getting our foot in the door, and is that good? Mm-hmm. Oh.
Anytime you need it.
I need it in the middle of a game with the runners on base, but you know, we were in there getting our foot on the door, and we were just hoping that we could do some things to show people what we could do, and maybe when I retire, I'll get a shot at this thing. Okay,
all right, super. That's for the record. Now, by the way, I bleed easily. I'm not going to get hit here or anything, am I? Because I've been scared of the ball since my second year in Little League.
No, you'll be all right. And
nobody's going to throw a ball and hit me.
Either.
Nobody's going to throw a ball and hit me, right?
No, not right now.
All right, super. Okay. Now, you said in the paper that when somebody 37 years old has one bad day, people like automatically assume the guy's washed up. I've had so many bad hair days. Don't you think society jumps to conclusions when somebody has like one off day?
Kind of, yeah, depending on what your other attributes are, if it's age or ugliness or whatever it happens to be.
Yeah, well, but we all overcome it. I mean, it can be a bad day and you can get right back on the horse. And
Right, you do. You get right back in there. And, you know, if you have a bad day when you're young, they say, well, you got potential. You know, you're just going to have a bad day. When you're old, you're in trouble.
Speaking of trouble, I know he's over there lurking. I might as well have a big sign taped to my back. Hit me. Hey, can I ask you a question? You're a professional. You've been around the business a while. I just signed this deal with the Converse Apparel. Is this tacky that I'm a human billboard? What do you think?
No, it's not bad, as long as you're getting paid for each label.
All right. Actually, I'm not even, well, it's like free clothes. Anyway, all right, as one
not bad.
Well, that's not bad. But as one who has a World Series ring, do you still feel the same drive now that you've been to the top of the mountaintop as some of the others that don't have it?
I think so. I think you continue to want to strive for success, and the thing about glory and success and winning is it lasts very short. You know, the first question they ask you after you win a world championship is, can you do it again? Can you repeat? So I mean, how short-lived was that great thing?
You mean when I get like an 8.8 rating, they're just going to say, well, what are you going to do for me next week? Is that what you're saying?
If you get an 8.8 rating, you'll probably get paid for the things on your shirt, and you'll probably get a little big head, and you'll have a worse hair day because
take notes, all right?
Not much hair there.
All right, now this is a personal question, off the record. Since you work like most of the summer, who the heck mows your lawn?
Well, fortunately, we make enough money in the big leagues to hire somebody. And
I see.
My wife is real good at gardening.
Okay, and I'd send the kids out to do it too, you know. Hell, I'd even do the weeding if my old man was a major league pitcher, or at least subcontracted out. Now, you played for Tommy Lasorda when he was on that Slim Fast diet. Did any of you Dodgers in the clubhouse ever bust him when he grabbed for a chicken wing or a corn dog?
We used to get on him all the time. But,
Good.
You know, he would pick it up and kind of taste food off of your plate. He would never have a plate of food in front of himself to look like he wasn't eating. But he'd go around and he'd sample off everybody else's plate. And by the end of his sampling, he must have had 2 or 3 plate loads anyway.
All right. Okay, now Orel, I gotta ask you this. I think I'm still safe, aren't I? Okay.
You're all right.
I wonder if it'd be rude right now to ask if I could borrow a few bucks. Maybe send out an intern for nachos.
Now, your most memorable moment to this point in baseball. It's my trite cliche question I'm supposed to ask contractually.
Really?
Yes.
Serious?
Yes.
It's not this interview.
It's not over yet, man.
Let me see. It's got to be the World Series. It's got to be that team event in '88 with Gibson hitting the home run, us beating the A's. I think that's right up there.
Kind of dramatic.
It was dramatic. It's like in the 50 best home runs, that video that they advertise after your show.
Yeah. All right, okay. now, if you ever go to work for this network, I gotta have you promise me you won't forget about the little people in the Fox food chain, like me out in cable hell. Would you remember me?
I will. I'll remember you.
Okay.
I won't suggest you for any jobs or anything, but I'll remember you.
Just remember me. That's enough for a guy like me. All right, Mr. Orel Hershiser, thank you very much.
No problem. You take care.
You know I want the best for your son. As producer of this show, I'm behind him all the way.
Listen, baby, don't give me that company line crap. he is my son, but don't mistake me for an overprotective father. All I'm concerned with is making this show a hit.
What's in this for you, Mr. Goodman, if I may ask?
Well, we both know that if Spud gets hot, there will be opportunities that will arise. I mean, look what happened to those Beverly Hills 90210 kids. Before you know it, they're hosting Saturday Night Live, and they're getting movie offers.
But Mr. Goodman, you're not part of this show. Why would anybody in this business be interested in you?
Because I know what the public wants. All I need is someone at the network to give me 5 minutes so I can sell my project.
What project?
Sparky Goodman's Thong-a-thon, a game show, sort of like Wheel of Fortune, but different.
How different?
Well, first of all, I would host the show, not some little dweeb like Pat Sajak, and we'd feature women, lots of them, in swimwear. Well, actually, thongs, the swimsuit of the 21st century.
Just what sort of audience would you expect to attract with this show?
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
So you just make sure you do everything you can to make this show a major hit, okay? Not for the kids' sake. I need to get my foot in the door. Right now, none of the pinheads at the network will even return my calls.
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
Spud, as your therapist, I need to know something. You don't have to answer this, but it would be helpful for me.
What do you want to know?
Are you prepared for life without having hair?
You mean less hair than I have now?
I'm projecting down the road. Let's just say in the future.
Yeah, I guess I could handle looking like Dick Vitale in, say, my 60s. I read that women that age are a whole lot more accepting. As long as you're still breathing and can take out the garbage, you're still a hot property.
Spud, you are now approaching Dick Vitale, hair-wise. Have you given any thought to what life would be like as a chrome dome?
I still have my hair. Well, okay, maybe not that much, but if it doesn't like rain or the wind blow really hard, it sort of looks like I still have some.
I'm worried. You're too obsessed with your deteriorating physical condition. Spud, you are so vain.
Yeah, okay, fine. Yeah, okay, so I sneak a peek at the mirror once in a while. Big deal. I can handle getting older. It's a natural part of life. Sorta. You don't think I'm starting to look old, do you? I mean, it totally freaked me out at the Gap yesterday when the sales clerk called me sir.
Get used to it. Life is a journey. Aging is something I myself am now coming to grips with.
You too, huh? You know, it seems like just yesterday when I bought my first Kiss album, and now they're going on some old-timers nostalgic tour. Time flies, man.
Spud, you need to take each day as a gift. Realize that after you get past 12, it's all downhill. Everything after that is frosting. Bonus City.
I suppose there are worse things in life than losing your hair. I mean, as long as I got my teeth and I can stay up past the 11 o'clock news, then hey, life is good.
It's a good thing for me you're so shallow, Spud. There's no heavy lifting.
Mrs. Goodman, I asked to speak with you about
If
this.
this is about Sean Kemp, the basketball player, I must admit I got a little carried away.
No, this isn't about Sean Kemp. He was very gracious about that incident. But Mrs. Goodman, it is not only inappropriate to kiss a guest who is on the show, but to thrust your tongue deep into his mouth. That was really tacky.
Sean didn't look like he minded to me.
What I wanted to talk about was this bill I received yesterday. As producer of the show, I'm responsible for keeping costs down. So can you explain a $789 charge from America Online? They said it was made from your residence and billed to this show.
I think I remember opening an account with them. Or was it Prodigy? No, it was CompuServe, I think.
Mrs. Goodman, you are not authorized to charge personal expenses to the show. My God, you're not even part of this production. Just because your son is the host and you and your wretched family members hang around the set all the time doesn't give you people the right to steal everything that isn't nailed down.
Well, I just thought as Spud's mother, I'm entitled to a few little...
Well, you thought wrong. And how, may I ask, does somebody run up a $789 bill in 1 month?
Well, I do sort of have a problem with the chat lines. I am insatiable. You know what I mean? I mean, it's embarrassing. I can spend 12 to 14 hours at a time in those chat rooms.
Mrs. Goodman, you need help.
I know. I've been thinking about seeing someone. But it's so much fun. Men from all over the world wanting me 24 hours a day. From Taiwan to Peru, they can't get enough of Spud Goodman. Do you know what it's like to be craved by hundreds, maybe thousands of horny men?
Oh, no, I don't. But this cannot be allowed to continue. I have instructed them to bill you directly. No more unauthorized charges. Do you understand?
But how am I supposed to pay for these services? You know how much they charge? Can't we just ease into this? I can't go cold turkey.
That's your problem. This is not a social service agency. It's a production company. Your son is an employee, not somebody who actually matters.
Isn't there some kind of tax deduction for donating online time to the needy? I have needs.
Oh, and before I forget it, I need to speak with your ex-husband. I was informed this morning that he has been charging escort services to the show. I cannot believe it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
Looks just like the real thing.
You've seen him on Comedy Central and most late-night talk shows? Except for maybe one. Give a warm welcome to political comedian Will Durst.
Speaking of Will Durst, Will, with that P.T. Barnum edict, sucker born every minute, we thought it would be a fine idea to drop by and speak to you about the upcoming presidential election. What's your take on this thing?
Well, I'm glad that it's happening because it just reminds me that Americans are gullible. I mean, politicians are people who lie to the press and then believe what they read. And we're part of the press.
Geez, I wonder if Will would be interested in checking out my Pez dispenser collection after we're done here. I've heard certain late-night TV talk show hosts will not book you because of the political content of your act.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He just kind of wanders around.
It was like a helicopter shot, only he was on the ground.
What's up with the word that they won't book you because of the political content of your act?
I'll be honest. It was just a semantics thing. They told me to cool the political material, and...
You want more OJ jokes? Is that it? Or?
I thought they said the political material was cool.
Nah, he doesn't seem like the type who would appreciate the Pez thing. The Nixon-Kennedy debates were kind of a pivotal point in American politics. Is it me, or does it, if something like that was put on the air these days, singled out on MTV would smoke it in the ratings, and that's depressing. Is it me, or do you feel that way too?
Yes.
Yes, it's singled out as a sucky show, or yes, that in fact...
I have no idea what you asked me there. I have no idea. You mentioned the Kennedy-Nixon debates, and then you said something about putting it on
word
TV.
Association.
Go with it. Vietnam.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
Not a nice time.
It's a squiggly little sock country.
And no way dig my G.I. Joe collection. He's way too anal for that.
You know what I'm worried about?
Yeah, tell me, what are you worried about?
Funny you should ask. I am worried that smokers are the new lepers. I mean, I think it's, anybody here smoke? One of you guys, you smoke? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Because, no, it's true, man. I mean, you know, these guys agree with me. I mean, no.
The man's talking to hotel administration right now while I'm trying to do this interview.
On the streets, we're the new lepers. We're like syphilitic kind of, everybody hates us. They're gonna ship us to the island of Molokai and make us wear bells and have a guy on the peninsula named Father Damien attend to us. And you know what's happening? You know what's happening?
Go with this, Will.
You know what's happening? I'll tell you what's happening. What's happening? You send us smokers out on the streets, our little circles, our little cabals. You notice when non-smokers come by, we shut up. And if you sense a conspiracy, hey, I'm not saying, I've sworn. But isn't it great that gays came out of the closet just in time for us smokers to go in?
Okay, all right.
Just
now,
I'm very stuffy in there.
No, I gotta hit you with this.
I feel sorry for gay smokers.
I often wonder what my life would be like today if Dad wouldn't have lost my college fund in that craps game. Long-term goals at this point, Will, what do you think?
Just to make it through the 20th century party thing.
I like that.
That 1999 or 2000.
Prince.
Or year 2000. Because, you know, there's a whole thing, when does the millennium actually start? And I think we make it through that argument, and then I'll be okay if I can break on through to the other side. Break on through. Break on through.
I like that. All right, there you have it, Mr. Will Durst.
Thanks for having me, man.
Hey,
I really appreciate
thanks
you
for the secondhand smoke.
Love. Love is pretty neat. Falling into it is quite a treat, but staying there for more than a month is a feat. Because love means you can't cheat, even when you find yourself in heat. But renting X-rated videos to watch by yourself when the significant other goes to bed is technically legal.
This is the Spud Goodman Show.
We sure got the surprise of our lives.
Hey guys, I don't want to sound like a complainer or anything, but the pay on this show is peanuts.
At least you get a few moments of airtime. The rest of us are lucky to get a walk-on. Forget the money. FaceTime is what the babes care about. Does the name Cato Kalin mean anything?
Money is nice, but Jerry here feels that complete total obsession from nubile co-eds is tough to beat.
Hey guys, I've got nothing against this groupie thing. But you know, I'm not getting any younger. I was reading an article in USA Today about baby boomers not being prepared for retirement. I mean, it's a real crisis.
Listen, accordion, all you've got to do is find some hot young thing with a hefty trust fund, and your worries are over.
Both Jerry and I would have no problem being a kept man. It's very appealing.
But what if I don't meet a rich woman? This article said that if I don't have $460,000 in a 401k plan and mutual funds by the time I'm 60, I can just about forget it. I might as well roll over and die.
Ah, don't go morbid on us and call Dr. Kevorkian. There are other ways to financial independence.
Hey guys, I don't want to live with a mission in my golden years. I mean, I went AWOL in the Army because I couldn't handle the group shower thing. Everybody was so inquisitive.
Jerry doesn't have a problem with that. We shower daily at the YMCA.
I think you best quit listening to these scare stories and follow what the Sparkman is telling you. It's still morning in America, and your safety net is out there. You just don't know her name yet. This aging thing is a breeze.
Jerry does have some concern that he'll be resented by others when in line at the movies, and he uses his senior citizen discount.
I guess I am being a little negative here. I suppose I shouldn't rule out the possibility of one of these days meeting a sugar woman.
Now you're talking. That's the spirit.
Jerry and I hope that whatever outrageously attractive woman gets to support us in our golden years is fond of cooking. Right, Jerry? Either that, or it's Meals on Wheels time for us.
You'll never catch this guy playing the boy toy in his golden years. No need to stick this dad out in the garage. I've got a nice little nest egg set aside so I can pursue my hobby of spelunking full time in my retirement. Anyway, let's do this again next week. What do you say? Until then, be all you can be. God bless and ciao.